Hey, I'm Tier.
I'm Juanita,
And I'm Adriana.
and we're going to cover the topic on our experiences as young moms. Hi, my name is Juanita Ford, and I am the mom of Charles Barlow III. His name is Prince for short. He's 10 months today, and I had him when I was 18 years old. I'm 19 now, as far as January 18th. One word I use to describe him is enthusiastic. He's very energetic. He's a really happy baby, which is surprising because I wasn't so much the same, but it makes me really happy that he's that way, and everybody really enjoys his presence. So, yeah, really blessed to have him.
I'm the mom of Gray Austin McKenzie. My name is Adriana Hayden. Um, he was born July 28th, 2018. He's 1 year old now. I got pregnant with him when I was 19. I am 21 now. I had him when I was 20 years old. I would describe Gray as being a very loving, energetic baby. He's always smiling, always wanting to cuddle and watch movies with mommy. Um, Always walking around doing his own thing.
My name is Tierra Lamar. My son name is AJ, also known as Anthony. He's 2 years old. When I had him, I was 24 years old. The best way to describe AJ is very fun, energetic. He's loud, very observative, so he likes to point things out. He loves to say hello and goodbye to people. And he's just overall a fun baby, very happy.
My first initial reaction to when I found out I was pregnant was I didn't believe it. I knew I was pregnant, but I didn't believe it. So after I took the test and it was positive, I went and took a nap. Not gonna lie. My boyfriend, my child's father, was the first person that I told because he was with me when I took the test. We were at his apartment, and he saw it first. After I took it, I just threw it on the counter, and he went in there and was like, "You should see this," and he was all happy, and I was really scared, like terrified. But after that, the first person I told besides him was my cousin Jade because she has a son who I consider my son. And I knew she would know the right things to say to either make me feel more confident or calm me down.
Just disbelief. I even believe I told the urgent care doctor that the test was wrong because I went in there with the mindset that I had the flu and that I was just sick and I needed a flu test. But before they could give me a flu test, they had to give me a pregnancy test to make sure I wasn't pregnant. And well, I was pregnant, so I don't know, I couldn't believe it. I was scared. It was January and New Year's had recently passed, so I felt really bad because I knew I had been drinking. So the first person I told was my friend Bree, who lives in the same city as me, and she answered the phone that morning and let me come over and cry and talk out my emotions.
The initial reaction to my first pregnancy, which is my 3 year old, he was planned. So I was just not shocked. I was happy, but I knew it was coming because we were trying. The first person I told was his dad and my friend who I was there taking the test with because he was out of town. Their dad was out of town. So, and then with the second, with my 6 month old, my initial reaction was, what? He was not planned. But that's life for you.
So, with that being said, I think that my first sign of pregnancy, oh my gosh, out of everything, out of every sign of pregnancy, I think my first sign is going to the bathroom and using the bathroom for a minute straight. Like, cravings didn't bother me, being late didn't bother me. I just knew it was so like abnormal for me to use the bathroom for a minute straight. So after that, I literally went to the store, bought a pregnancy test, and lo and behold, I was pregnant. So.
For me, I have really regular periods, like clockwork. So I knew when it didn't come, it was like a chance. But I was just like, maybe I'm just stressed out, or I don't know. It was just I was a little off. But I knew for sure something was wrong. I actually went to a concert, and the whole concert, like midway through, I was asleep the whole time. I didn't get like morning sickness or nothing. I was just like, it's so loud in here, but I was just like dead tired. And then after like 2 weeks of it, just my period didn't come. I was like, all right, let's take a test. And like soon as the drop hit it was just like boom. Like it was no like hesitation. It was just very vivid that it came up that it was positive that I was pregnant. So yeah.
I remember when I found out I was pregnant like yesterday. I was at work, and I just remember I was working at a restaurant. I just remember standing there, and I literally could have fell asleep, like standing up. I could have fell asleep standing up. I was so tired during like the first part of my pregnancy. Like that's probably like the first sign I had was the sleepiness.
So my initial reaction was shock. Like I was just like, no. And like, of course, go through the questions like, dang, did I slip up or whatever? But that's neither here nor there. Because come to find out, like when I went to the doctors, I was 11 weeks pregnant. And that's damn near my whole first trimester. So I was shocked, okay?
That's crazy.
So as far as like once I did find out, like once I told at the time my then boyfriend, we both were just kind of like shocked. It wasn't like we were happy. It wasn't like we were sad. We're just like, wow, like this is real type of thing. And the first person I actually told, I'm really more closer to my mom than I am my dad. But I told my dad first. And I was so nervous to tell him. I'm literally shaking and crying. Like, I have something to tell you. And he's just like, what is it? I told him. And he was like, okay, well, I'm happy. Yay. I'm just like, okay. Like, and as far as like my mom, I told her on the phone. And which I should have told her in person. I feel like I should have told her in person. I told her on the phone. So when I actually said the words like I'm pregnant, she was just like really quiet. So that was the thing for me. Like she was just really quiet, and I didn't know how to take it. But then a day later, we talked again on the phone, and she showed up at my house with like Coney Island, a heating pad, and like just a whole like pregnancy pack. I don't know. I just feel like she went around the house. Bought random stuff like I'm gonna get her some socks, this and this and that, and then it's pretty cool. And I didn't officially tell like my family, do the Facebook drop or whatever until like I think that first check. I don't know if it's like 3 months or like however long like people a lot of people wait. Yeah, I think like I waited just to get over that first hurdle because a lot of people actually do lose their kids really early on. So I was like, let's just wait. So I was 24. Yeah, I was 23, but going into it, like, I had him at 24. So I was, because I thought I was pregnant at the end of the year. So, yeah, that's how it was for me. Everybody was just kind of, like, really shocked. But it wasn't good or bad for me. No.
First time around, my initial reaction was shocked. My mama kept telling me I was pregnant. I kept denying it. Like, girl, no. Not pregnant at all, sis. But turns out I was. She was right. I was pregnant as fuck. And she told everybody for me, so I didn't have to tell nobody. Second time around, in denial. Let me tell you, in denial as fuck. I didn't tell nobody till I was like 7 months pregnant. Like, I was literally in denial. And I ain't tell nobody till I was 7 months pregnant. And the first person I told was my grandma.
Well, the first person I told, when I told my boyfriend, he was so, I wouldn't say nonchalant, because he was at work. I sent him a picture, and I blew up his phone. I said, Charles, look. He was like, oh, I figured. And I was like, so, what, like, are you not, is that it? And he was like, oh, yeah, I figured you were. So, surprise, I guess. Like, I was like, okay, thanks. I think the first person I told after we spoke about it was, was it my mom? Yeah, it was my mom. So she actually already had the idea, but instead of asking me, she acted really weird. So I think she talked to my sister about it. She told my sister that she may think I'm pregnant, but she's scared to ask. And I was just like, okay. So I never talked to her first. I was like, I'll just wait till she asks me. So I tried on my prom dress, and you can obviously see my baby bump. And she sent the picture to my grandma to look at the dress. And my grandma said, the dress is nice, but is she okay? Like, what's up with the stomach? And my mom, she just showed it to me as her way of trying to ask. I was like, oh, I don't know. I just been eating lately. She was like, well, if you are pregnant, you can tell me. Like, we can talk about this. I was like, oh, I might be. So afterwards, I finally broke it to her that I was pregnant, and I was crying. I was like, well, I was just so scared to tell you because I didn't know if you were proud of me. I didn't know if you'd be disappointed. And we really just had that talk of how she's just really proud of the type of person I am and where I am in life. And I told her my only concern was support. Or actually, no, my only concern was what people would say. So she told me to never think about what people would say because everybody has stuff going on behind closed doors, whether or not they're open about it. So after I had that talk with her, I was pretty confident. But as far as breaking it to like the internet or anything, I was really discreet. So you didn't know I was pregnant unless you saw me. So people really just saw me pop up with a baby pretty much afterwards. I did like, the little Beyonce thing. So
everybody eventually just
like
to
people
know.
were like, oh my God, I didn't know you were pregnant. Or they saw me at prom and they would text me later like, congratulations, I didn't know you were pregnant. So when I was in school, I would like wear like big t-shirts, or I wouldn't wear it too big to where it was obvious, but I just wear something a size up. I had to stop running track, so I just told them that my leg, I tore it like ACL or something. But yeah.
My initial response and reaction to me finding out I was pregnant was shock, disbelief. I don't know. It was just crazy to find out that I was pregnant because it's my first year being in the Army, my first duty station. I'm away from home. I was in Korea. It was kind of more like a gut feeling telling me to take a pregnancy test. I really didn't have any signs or symptoms that would make me think I was pregnant. I was in between birth controls, so I thought that I had a period, but I told another girl there because she had literally just found out that she was pregnant probably, I want to say, a month before me.
I think when I took my pregnancy test, I was in my dorm room. And the first person I told was my best friend, also my roommate at the time. We were going to Wayne State. And I told her I was buying a pregnancy test. And she said, what for? Because I think everybody has had a pregnancy scare.
Yeah.
So she's like, what for? You are not pregnant. Don't worry about it. You don't even got to go buy a pregnancy test.
Like, girl, you tripping.
Right. She was like, just relax. So I said, okay. But I ended up going to buy a pregnancy test anyways without telling her. So I took it. Ended up pregnant. Like you said, that first drop was just 2 lines. And, she's the first person I told. And she was shocked as well when I told her that. But the second person I told was obviously his dad. And he was shocked as well. I was shocked. I was scared, actually. I was scared. Just because I don't think I was ready for a kid. I didn't know what it was going to be like. I didn't know when I was going to tell my mom. I went to my parents' house and I spoke to them in person about it. And they just wanted to know what my plan was. Was I going to finish school? And things like that. How was I going to support him? What was his dad going to do to support him? They just wanted to know things like that.
My problem was I knew exactly what I wanted to do in divine order. So I was like, oh my God, is a kid gonna hold me back? But it was just like a nervous wreck because everyone knew what I wanted to do in life.
Right.
So they were like, wow, you have a kid. So now what? But they think that you're gonna change your plans, or they think that you're just gonna be, oh, I'm just gonna stay home, I'm just gonna work. Like, you're not gonna do what you used to do. But either way, it's a good thing to say, like, your parents support whatever decision you make. So,
Yeah. And I mean, just even to elaborate on that, like, at first I felt like I was nervous. I felt like for me, since I like had finished school already, I was like on my postgrad stuff. Like, I'm about to do this, I'm about to move, I'm going out of state. And then like when that happened, I was just like, okay, so now we had to
let's
add to it
reassess
and
this.
reassess it. But like having, or just the idea of having a kid motivated me, because it's like, you know, sometimes you can like, oh, I'm doing this for myself, so you might procrastinate, but like having a kid for me was like, no, now you gotta work hard, you pushing harder, because it ain't just you. It's like you gonna have a kid, so you need to work harder for them. So like that what kept me through like all of the bad tribulations and stuff going down the line with pregnancy. Like, this isn't for you, this is for him, this isn't for you, because it gets hard. Like in general, I think it just starts to get hard. So
it just motivates you to create a better future.
Yeah.
Since they're like in your presence.
I think for sure. Yeah, for me. So for me, like after the initial feelings and scares and all of that stuff, I always wanted a girl. Like I have no brothers. So like I just grew up with all girls. So I'm just like, yeah, we're having a girl. Like there's no other thing. And I'm just really girly in general. Like I love doing kids' hair, braiding their hair, anything frilly, pink. I'm like, yeah, let's get it. Like, so I always just like, I'm having a girl. For him, I don't really think it mattered, but I feel like every guy is just like, yeah, I'm having a son. I want a junior. I want to have a son. So, that was really my thing. Once I like started, I think I did a gender reveal and we put it in the cake, and it was my birthday. So it was my birthday cake, and I opened up my birthday cake, and it's actually a video. Like I opened it and I pulled it back, and I just didn't say nothing. I was just like, everybody, it's a boy. I'm just like I wasn't sad, but I was like, okay, now I gotta change my whole plan for everything, like, cause I already low key bought stuff. For me, I don't know. I just at that point I was just like, you know what, it'd probably be pretty cool having a son. Like, and then my mom was thrilled because she's like, I always wanted to have a boy, and she had all girls. And then my dad, of course, my older sister have two boys, so they were just like, we about to have a football team. And it is what it is. So that was how it was for me. I don't think Tony cared, but after when he seen the game open, like he was very chill the whole dinner reveal. He just turned up, like his whole vibe, like he was just going the whole time. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So yeah.
Well, I knew I was having a boy because that's all that runs in my family. So I was so sure that I had the stronger genes because he thought it would be a girl. I was like, Charles, it's a boy, obviously. So my first doctor's visit, you could tell it was a boy. She was like, do you want to know the gender? I was like, yeah, you're having a boy. I was like, oh. I really wanted a girl on the inside, even though I knew it was a boy. And he didn't know because I think he was at work. So I told him that I would eventually tell him as if it was a surprise. And we were out at the mall, and he was grabbing a bunch of guy stuff. I think it was like anime stuff. I was like, oh, your son will love this. He was like, oh, I'm having a boy? I was like, yeah, you are. So, yeah, he was pretty happy about it.
I actually wanted a boy. I ended up with a boy. I wanted a boy. His dad was the complete opposite. He wanted a girl.
That's rare.
Yeah. So, but my whole pregnancy, I knew, like, before I found out the gender, I knew I was having a boy. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. I knew I was having a boy. I just felt it. I just knew I was having a boy. We had a gender reveal. Unfortunately, somebody accidentally told me the gender before the gender reveal, so it wasn't really a surprise to me. But it was a surprise to everybody else, so that was good.
While I was pregnant, I craved donuts. We call my son Little Donut, actually. It's funny. But I craved donuts, and the first trimester, I couldn't eat meat. I didn't like the smell. It made me feel nauseous. So
With my first pregnancy, I was eating jalapenos. I don't like spicy stuff. This last pregnancy was bananas, and it's funny because he doesn't like banana baby food now. Really weird.
Really and truly, like, my cravings weren't crazy. I didn't get an appetite to the end of the day on most days, and whenever I would want to eat, it would really be breakfast food. Um, right before I found out I was pregnant, I was doing Herbalife, and I was on a strict diet regimen, like eating 2 shakes a day, one real meal, and it would usually be brown rice, broccoli, and chicken. And after I found out I was pregnant, I couldn't eat brown rice or broccoli. Like, literally the thought of it would make me gag. So that's about it.
First time around, I had to have a strawberry shortcake to wake up in the morning, to go to bed at night, to get through my day. I had to eat strawberry shortcake ice creams. Like, it was ridiculous. And that was probably the only thing I could eat because everything else I basically threw up. I really couldn't keep nothing down while I was pregnant. Like, I ain't even gained that much weight. It was terrible. I couldn't eat nothing but strawberry shortcakes. Second time around, I ate everything. Only thing I could not eat was a cheeseburger from McDonald's, and it would instantly come up. And I ate everything. Like, I don't even know how I hid the pregnancy so long because once I was at the end of the pregnancy, I was like 210 pounds, like big as because I just could not stop eating.
For me, it was pretty normal. I ate a lot of ice cream. I was going through ice cream, maybe like a tub of ice cream a week. And I also like True Moo chocolate milk. It had to be True Moo, but that was it.
I didn't have a lot of cravings when I was pregnant, but well, I don't know. I did like Chipotle. No, Carrie, I need that. I ate Chipotle probably like 2, 3 times a week, and I used to love broccoli, but the smell of broccoli I hated. But I didn't have any like weird cravings. I just liked food. She took my notes. I wrote the questions down.
As far as like cravings go, I feel like I already just love pickles. Like, that's just my thing. But like it was starting to get bad because I would drink the juice. Like, I was sitting there drinking pickle juice. I worked at the time. I worked in Ann Arbor, so it's like a mall not too far away from my job. And I would just go up there and get Cinnabons, like, and just take one for the road and have buy another one for like wherever I got. I was eating. I was just hungry, like I didn't really. But then I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant, so this is great, and I'm just keep eating. And 2 stores down from where my job is is it a tropical smoothie cafe? I think you know how they had a nice ice on that ice is like little balls. I used to go in there with my own cup and just like, can I have ice? And it was kind of like once a day type of thing. So that's pickles, ice, and Cinnabon. That was like my thing.
Yes.
Ice was like for real.
Ice was like my mid-pregnancy craving. My first craving for pregnancy was mashed potatoes from Popeyes. I literally used to buy them in twos, 2 large mashed potatoes to the point where my second visit, I gained like 20 pounds, which is bad because it's only been a month. So my doctor was like, what are you eating? I said, potatoes. I thought he was enthusiastic about it. He was like, stop, please. I loved ice. I always had ice on me. Slushies, pickles. That's just about it. I had to have mashed potatoes every day, though, at least once.
I ate Panera a lot. I didn't really have any like set cravings like you guys and pickles and ice and all.
But was it anything that you loved before pregnancy that you didn't like once you were pregnant?
No, not at all. Like, nothing really changed like with my appetite, which was I ate a lot more, but craving wise, it didn't change much.
Was there anything that made you guys like sick? You know,
Yes.
like a smell,
Pasta, sushi, and I loved sushi before my pregnancy. Like, I could get it every day if I could, but now I can't stand sushi. Don't take me to a restaurant if you're getting sushi. Like, the smell of it just really kills me. When I ate pasta while I was pregnant, I threw up every time. Like, it didn't even take a second. Like, it wasn't even fully down my throat before I spit it right back up. So
For me, it was eggs, but it wasn't before being pregnant, this is just me in general. Since I remember, like since I was like 7, the smell of eggs or like eggs, I just don't. But when I was around like 6 months pregnant, I was like, I want some scrambled eggs, and I literally made like a couple eggs, and I was like, this is so good, and I was just I like the eggs ever since like after I got pregnant. I eat eggs. It's just very like strange to me.
Yeah, I didn't go back to pasta after pregnancy. I just can't even look
What
at
about
it.
sushi?
No.
No.
Not at all.
So it just
please don't eat
completely.
sushi in front of me. You open some sushi, like please get it away.
Wow.
I just can't.
Yeah. What about like? Did y'all have like sickness bad at all, or like?
Oh my gosh.
It's for me. I didn't have anything. I had nothing.
Neither did I really. I think I threw up like maybe like once or twice.
My morning sickness
Yeah.
was so crazy. Like, if I didn't eat an hour after waking up, I threw up. If I eat and get in the car, I threw up. If, like, my doctor's appointments for some reason, were so long. So my doctor's appointments were like 3 hours long. So I'd have to bring something to eat, but I have to get something to eat right after. So at one point, his son's dad and we were going to Fridays after my doctor's appointment. I said, Charles, can you please stop the car? And he was already used to pulling over, like, while driving on the main street, because I will always throw up. But this particular time, it was rush hour traffic. The place was so far away. He was like, okay, we're almost there. But he couldn't stop because it's rush hour traffic, so he had to keep going. So like, Charles, stop the car. I really have to throw it right now. So it was so bad. It came up, but I swallowed it. And then it came up again, and I swallowed it. So then I covered my mouth, and it flew everywhere inside the car. It was on my lap. It was on the floor. It was on the windshield. And he's the type of person, if he sees you throw up, he's going to throw up. So he's like, oh, my God. He's like, hold on for a second. So he pulled over. Didn't even go to Fridays. I had to go home, and I really wanted some Fridays. So what he did was, what we were going to the restaurant for, he got it from somewhere else and just made me get in the shower, lay down, go to sleep, and then he came back with the food. But my morning sickness was nothing to play about. Like, I had to eat. Couldn't miss a single meal. That's very crazy. Like, I was hoping that my entire pregnancy wouldn't be that way. Like, God, please don't tell me that this is what pregnancy is.
Was it just the beginning?
No, it was just the first trimester. After that, I was fine. I don't know. But the crazy thing is, outside of the nausea, I had a really good pregnancy. My feet didn't swell. I could stand up all day. I didn't get tired. Like, all of the, I didn't have any back pain. Everything every pregnant woman complained about, I didn't complain. I had people like, how is your pregnancy going? Like, they're waiting for me to complain. I was like, it's great. I love it.
No,
like,
I had horrible like elephant feet. Like,
oh no,
but that was towards like the end when he was about to drop. Like, because I worked all the way up to like a week before he was due. He were like 2 days late, but my feet, and I work in retail, so I'm always standing up. It got to the point where I wear like almost loafer type shoes to work. I couldn't fit those. I was wearing flip flops to work because I was like I couldn't. And, like, you can literally press my feet and your finger is still, like, the print will still be, they were fat. So, I had to elevate my feet all the time or just, I don't know, just pretty much put them up because they would hurt after a while. So, I guess that's the only complication I had. But I really don't remember that until you said that.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
labor and my birth.
And I was just, I'm like about to start crying now because that was just something like.
I really wasn't experiencing any type of postpartum until something triggered it. And then
the doctor came in, I had my epidural, everything was fine until like the very end.